hard to destroy it when you're standing on A side and you're fully also spotted while doing that execute. So it is very powerful. My only worry is that
what is this? Now we're in some kind of weird loop.
They don't really have the same kind of initiation that FUT has. Right?
I mean, you have the gecko, right? It's different.
But how do you? So you can pair up some of the blinds together, but not as many like utility combos there.
Well, we're going to find out if they can do that, and this, of course, is the elimination match. The winner.
I feel like the competition has risen since last year in each of the regions. Yeah, I think so. Probably the most in Americas, then probably EMEA, and then Pacific. But I think overall, it's gone up in all the regions.
Bangers, but now heading into the third one, there are different expectations set, right? FUT are the team leading in momentum, and it's time for KC to stop them
actually,
in
most in
tracks,
EMEA. Take that back, most in EMEA. Just because the lower down teams look a lot better.
But the comfort of that momentum, the
okay, KCORP on defense, FUT on attack.
As well. I mean, to Sunset as
and
well.
we instigate the camera broken, so we tried to make a bit of pressure.
Looked clinical in that matchup. A star-studded lineup there for FUT, especially starting out on
this wall on pistol is just real nice. I do like it. But they're kind of on top of this.
But this push in mid is very deep, but it's anticipated here from KC Red, and that's allowed them to get picks straight out of the bat. They've been missing a good start, and this is what they need perhaps to get things rolling in their favor.
Look how well he's playing this, by the way.
Adding into the mix
he did great.
Things even more complicated.
While that was going on though, loads of drills over towards middle.
Open for the taking, so at least they've got a chance.
Open for the taking, but on the side of KCORP, you can see the conga line in towards spawn. Everybody's going to be playing together, playing that numbers advantage here into the 2v3. The plant safe on the side of FUT, so nothing too open. A camera to work with though, but shot out right off the gate.
Nothing is safe.
Magnum's low HP. That is about the only thing going for him.
From the previous map, and this time he's got the assistance of one of the greats, one of the goats. And Cena is able to hit it right from the top. Paint shots really strong in that direction. He lines it up, and Yedajay, all he has to do is buy time. 60 points of health, and Martin
Yedajay tried to catch him out when he was going for the defuse. And Martin comes out on top.
3K there for Martin to start, and the pistol in pocket for KCORP.
Yeah, he just wanted to swing while he thought he'd be going to tap the spike.
Over on Bind. Whoa, okay, I thought back to, it's been so long. Lotus felt like genuinely 2 maps because
if we're looking at an entire series, let's be fair.
Honestly, completely valid there, but the buy-up now coming in here for KCORP. Again, the desk was talking a little bit about the difference in the initiators here. But the side on FUT that I actually have my eyes on
he's going through it.
Be, especially once those
going
guns
through tough times.
Yedajay and Attica 10. In that matchup against Giant X, on the attack, they found so much value in their lurks, cutting off every single rotation.
Ooh, that was nice, just to check if someone's actually gone through that.
So
get a little bit of info in terms of it scanning over towards one. We're going to keep an eye on Martin, and if he can clean up these ecos, because this all online early would be the dream for them.
Rejuvenated, revitalized, and I can only imagine that's off of a pet.
I like this little lurk smoke. See, I've been talking about people doing this with the Viper smoke. Right, little lurk smoke also blocks off mid, means that they have to come clear this. But actually, you walk over towards B site.
FUT aggressive was this B site. It's open. KCORP handed over. But
as we can see, we got the. I'm calling this the Navi smoke, just because they were doing it all the time. Got Navi smoke, just to retake back over towards site.
Unless FUT bring up another thrifty upset, that would be nuts.
Playing numbers here. For first look towards A main.
Mr. Fallen gets the first shot, so it begs the question.
Omen Flash goes in. Omen Flash at top hits nothing. Atta literally has a molly.
Finally opens things up for KC as they try to move a little bit further forward.
Wait, they're doing so much damage. Last molly goes out. Atta comes over towards main. They still have presence in market.
He's got himself a teammate as well.
In the molly missed.
To clean them all up as Yedajay goes all the way
the
around.
molly for sure missed.
Cannot interrupt the defuse. So KC gather the second round, but let's be fair here. 3 players
They want though good damage. I love this smoke over towards middle. The luck one, I think it's great.
Expensive at the very least. It is a Vandal and a Bulldog to carry over into the buy coming out from FUT Esports. KCORP, again, I like the idea. They were looking to play the numbers advantage. They fell off completely towards that B site, but too much value was honestly found.
Yeah, so it means that this buy is a lot weaker.
There. I mean,
and got to keep an eye on a few people.
I have no idea.
Got to keep an eye on both of the raises for sure in terms of getting their ult.
But that was also the tradability.
True. Very true.
Magnum's doing a good job at holding over towards B main, at least stopping the Cypher from getting easy control by shooting the camera every time.
Paranoia really strong, but
Martin,
got it all covered. You think you can push out into the open without covering?
Taking a bit of a gamble with that.
Punished FUT.
It's a nice crunch though.
Magnum wants to turn it all back around. Leading from the front as he enables the
man, that all actually means they have to get out of there. Cypher takes a big timing.
Look at Yedajay, but they've just realized where he is.
Yeah, I mean the information.
Wait, look at this duel at spawn.
Right? Carmine Core again, they have those numbers.
This is the spike, by the way.
Oh, careful! Who's gonna read that fight?
That is the
and
spike.
Magnum gets walked past without an issue. 3 kills to the player's name, and Yedajay is alone. Spike in no man's land. And Yedajay knows
this late push over towards middle in the end
1v3
worked out
before,
pretty good.
Bit different. No spike plant for him, and he's spotted.
Yeah, having to take out the dart from that camera. Then you've got the tripwire for that spike as well. However, Carmine Core, the way they're playing this,
they're respecting him, man.
Not just
I liked it a lot though. They
hold on,
waited for them to
respecting
just do their mid default, and then once the smoke came towards middle, then they sent it. Martin maybe went a bit too early, but
and I don't blame them, to be fair.
yeah, we're gonna have to save on this. Oh man,
was, you know, their mental could definitely be disrupted from that 1v3.
Hey, I mean, the thing is, though, I was a little bit worried. Obviously, there was
no
no
1v3,
time
not on this
there
map.
for Yedajay to actually find that spike, get it planted, and then find all the remaining players of Carmine
my
Core.
camera
But
color,
it's
yeah,
a
dude,
little-
everyone's saying this.
if he
Everyone
had
looks
gone
says
for
my
that
hair's
for
darker.
playing those
I think my camera does
solo
look different, to be
angles, not
fair.
looking to play together there,
Maybe
but
it is the lighting, I think.
3-0, a hot start here for Carmine Core. Exactly what you want to see after they're showing.
Yeah, I
their
look I mean, I'm crazy pale anyway, but I look real pale.
Into this third map with those fresh faces that you had talked about there, Pablos, means everything.
It does. It really does.
One enemy remaining.
And KC looked to move it all forwards in their favor. You know, it was a bonus round, and it works out exactly like they did, like they wanted it to. And it's a good start to this map, and it in big contrast to the previous one.
And the hero rifle in the hands of
Looks like a
Yedajay,
Twilight
again, the player
filter.
that we're constantly having our
God's
eyes
sake.
on for those backstab opportunities, for those lurks. But it's all about if the rest of FUT can live to make that happen. Timing here.
Oh, as a captain,
He snuck past.
he has indeed, and he might
this
be
is
the
weird.
linchpin in this round, given that Martin is moving directly in his location.
Nicely
But
done from
is
Martin.
quicker. And a captain not looking at the right spot will mean that KC has an opening here. And FUT are scared to push in because they haven't quite cleared the site completely just yet. They now waltzing inwards.
If they can get the spike planted, there is at the very least a boon, the showstopper to work with here for CNED.
Smoke covering one of the sides, but Yedajay has pushed past that. That Vandal has to be everything for FUT, otherwise this round is probably lost. Never
A lovely
mind,
dodge of
Showstopper
this
will be used
on
for
Satchel.
And that will
Really
delay
bold
KC
to use the ult in this
substantially.
round, by the way, I
Look
would
how
like to
much
point
they're
out.
giving respect to this. They've dropped back completely.
Oh my.
And CNED might be even able to get a kill off of it. Paranoia strong though, and
There we
Nari
go.
is able to trade it all back up. Can they find
UTJ's in
Yedajay,
OP
though?
pause.
Can he save
Oh
the day with the
boy.
Vandals? They all walk past them. He's spraying upon them. Good for 2. And it's Mr. Fallen with a Sheriff. You can't expect much from him, but he's
What?
concealed his position. And nobody knows where he is. Has he delayed it enough? I don't think he
No,
has.
he hasn't
and
at
there's
all.
plenty of time to defuse it. But
What is
God,
this round?
He made us scared in that moment.
Hey, an expensive round nonetheless. KC up 4-0, but FUT still make it competitive on an awkward buy situation. Again, there was only that one hero rifle in the hands of Yedajay. Timing so close there, just like a second or two off from denying that halo, or waiting until that halo comes up to actually deny that defuse on through, or having enough time here.
We are
But
absolutely
now,
sending on this one.
you can see the 4-1 split coming in KC, they want to get aggressive and towards
All
mid this
5 of
round,
them.
change the pace.
Double
Bigger
Satchel, all comes in.
Look at Martin. Showstopper won't be finding its mark, but FUT has spread out a little bit and found a lot of space into B garage. And they'll be moving in
Yeah,
together.
but this is so nice, like huge question mark red all over towards middle.
Covering off market. Never be all too comfortable. Mr. Fallen, scouting duties, realize the high presence involved into this B-side.
Honestly though, if FUT kind of look at this, like 30 seconds in, and then now they clear middle, they did great. Like B control, B main control, they now have mid control. They got an ult out of them, they got nade out of them, mosh pit. It's a pretty big win in terms of this round itself.
Back up towards tiles to clear that mid control out as well. Now
Okay, the call. Oh boy, the call does get made to walk over towards A here, but they have early information in terms of these trips.
Also lying into the traps here on A.
But it's keeping them busy. Not only that, he's forced Magnum on the road.
Wow, this guy,
There's no one anymore
this guy
behind that A
smokes
site.
off the
Missed bullet with a
angle,
double.
kills the guy back at site who's dueling.
30 seconds left.
He's done
Such
so
a
much
pain
though.
for
They're gonna go
KC.
and find the
Finally
trips.
gets
We need to
shot
keep
down,
an
but
eye
it's
on
still
the.
so much time for the rest of the team to move.
Okay.
KC dies in mid, though.
Was gonna
Waits.
say keep an
Back to
eye on the
3
luck,
versus
but the
3.
luck
And
got
Machine
taken
covering
out.
that line of fire.
This is
There's
just a
nothing
straight
FUT
up
can do.
3v5 that is falling apart.
In a safe position and not great for the post plant. Paranoia might be isolating CNED off into the corner here, and KC moving as a unit will shut them all down.
That looks
Crack
so
receives a
easy
bullet
for
through a
them.
box,
The
and that's
easiest
the end of the round,
3v5.
and KC don't want to stop winning.
Incredibly
Kaladin.
played by Shin there.
Kaladin
The
Storm
anchor
blesses.
soul alone there
61.
on
Thank you
that
so
A
much for the
site.
9 months with the Prime.
There were question marks.
Thank you very much, mate.
Especially with the fact that Mr. Fallen somehow finds 2, but nonetheless.
What was the shot like in
big
middle?
risk taken there
1.
by FUT to go
Oh,
for an open
Osman.
plant when they really had no information
Yep.
on A whatsoever. They had elbow control. That was literally it.
Indeed, indeed. And I think for KC,
Has to get the shades. Dude, they're one of a kind at the moment, but I can look into it. Maybe next year. I wasn't going to do any much this year.
Issues, right? There've been moments where they haven't been able to close out a lot of maps in their past teams and in their past performances. And you know, Magnum is one of those players that has.
Slug plushie
in very
could be the
recent
one.
history, we've
I'm not
seen
gonna lie, that could be kind of
in the
banging.
Apex final against Gentle Mates in Ascension. So now him being in the lead of this team, it calls a lot for them to be able to be resilient enough to come back at the final moments in the game. And this is the game we actually want to see that happen. This is the moment where Magnum and the rest of KC can
He
redeem
is
themselves.
spitting
So
again.
find a
Look at him
5-0
go.
lead. They put FUT in the hot seat.
They absolutely do, and we are seeing a bit of that glimmer of hope coming in. Not even just a bit, I mean 5-0, that's more than a bit of a glimmer of hope, but the fact that they're able to so easily pivot mentally from second map of this series into this third one, looking comfortable, brighter faces there in that kind of regard. And
The full
even,
60
I feel like
seconds.
we did hear
What a
about it little
beast.
bit on one of those post-play segments. On day 1 of kickoff, when we got to talk to Narrate and Tamazi, sometimes the comms get a little bit
Missed the
complicated,
minicam.
and
Yeah, we lost
I
minicam
think
this
you can
year,
see
but we
when that
gained
frustration
IMI
starts
cam,
coming
and that's
when
been pretty good so
communication
far.
becomes very muddled, too many people talking over
We
each
have
other,
Barbar cam
but it
back
seems
as
like
well.
they've fully reset here into Sunset.
Yeah, for sure. KC looked like a completely different team. Everything has been coordinated. Everything has been thought out. And no risks necessary. Maybe a few
Right,
pushes
timeout
if
goes
you should
in.
to win the
They're
bonus, but aside from that, it's
on
looking
the
solid.
edge of having to have another low buy.
We also aren't seeing the same wall going
Instant
out there
mid take,
from FUT. I feel
instant
like
B take.
beforehand, in their matchup against Giant X, you constantly saw the conditioning that
Oh, I like this from KCORP. They've been pretty pretty chill when they lose over towards B main or middle, but this time they actually try and re-clear this. Higher, lower setup. This setup is so strong, by the way.
Especially with 2 elevations covered, the Prowler
They're gonna
has
both
figured
go
them out.
down.
Swings as well, have helped out in that endeavor.
And Narrate
Paranoia.
did good,
Narrate is able to
and they honestly
sidestep-
did great to get out of there. Ult comes in as well. This is a
Find one
hard
before he
situation to
drops.
be in.
That's a Viper's pick covering that direction.
It's also a hard situation to plant and then know where to go on
Use the
this.
hide.
Oh,
Shin uses from the
boy.
Chandlers to find himself in that position as well.
I like
think
the
they do
ult.
know of it. The audio
I like
cue has
the
been given.
Omen.
KC
I like the
might be in
idea. The
trouble,
Omen
and
ult
then
into
Shin
the
is able
ult to
get
help
them
him
out
out.
of it.
It was
It's
smart,
one
but then the
trade
Viper maybe didn't realize the
commences.
comms weren't good and he
And still
swung out,
2v3
trying
with
to take a
KC
duel.
having a mountain to climb in this one.
Yeah, it felt like comms were slightly off there.
No, not quite the one way, but it forces Magnum into a wide swing, and it's Mr. Fallen to close up the distance. Martin alone, and he's running out of time. He can feel it, he can sense it, but he's going for the chase. They've got money for days. Change the spare. And yes, he might be on the spike.
Huge
but
round
it's
from
Crux
Cracks.
with a quadra to finally put FUT on the board.
Okay, FUT, they found themselves around finally after a chain of 5 there for Karma Core. However, each round was decently close. Like, Karma Core, it's not like they're
Who
in
did it have
any
winning this?
crazy
FUT, I'm pretty sure I
comfortable
said at the beginning.
position as far as that money situation goes.
Pretty sure
And
that's
you've
what I
also got
said.
this op cycling up here for
Stick with it,
Martin as
even
well,
though
the
they're getting a little
operator
bit wrecked.
looking to peek past in towards B main, but this conditioned wall here from
Fish
FUT,
ult.
from out of Cap 10, really nice to just deny the angle, even more so with that side.
I mean, there is a
engage
smoke
towards
there.
Martin, sticks
Shin goes down.
around.
They
There
take
was
down
nothing
the
mid.
smoker as well. That's a
Through smoke
huge
as
pick.
well. That's exactly what FUT need to carry on a streak of rounds.
What was I going to say? I was going to talk about this in terms of the fact that they need to make sure they don't lose this one. Because lost bonus gets reset.
Just looking to try and shoot out the tripwire. It does work out. So pressure made there towards that side.
But Martin is still holding this.
Yeah, that's a nice reply, and they get a lot of information. They kind of know that the op is now in play.
Back to square one.
The fade eye doesn't give too much information. It went into this corner, but he can still hold an angle.
Where do we go, though?
Do they go back? Dude, I'm pretty sure Mr. Fallon just looked at his team and was like, why did you guys just leave B main?
That's why you see Magnum.
We were taking middle. Why did you leave B main?
Broken the trip and they started to cross.
They make a great call on this one. They do have a camera for retake. They do have Fischl for retake.
Now have a choice to see how they are going to react. Waiting for the Thrasher. It's going to be a big piece of utility for this
Omen
retake.
goes in. Yeah, they used a lot of Utah on site here as well. And they have to cross with the spike. They TP out. Atta is in a world of trouble.
Being isolated here, the Thrasher being used, and it's in a position where it can be recollected. How is that a captain still alive? That poison cloud literally saved him, and now he can get out of there. That's incredible.
I mean, they can play off site.
And that's Martin
they can definitely all go B main if they want to.
Close the gap up against them.
Maybe they're scared that the Fischl will get them.
Are we going to see a double blast pack shorty push?
You know it's Martin. It's got to happen.
And Cened, on the other hand, will look to cover with a Vandal to the back end. He's able to shut down Martin, but Martin keeps on giving. And Cened on the clutch against the three.
Lovely molly, look at that.
Mosh pit at his feet, and it will be his demise.
Yeah, nicely handled. And then they go down in terms of money, 1,900 loss bonus. 3 people could get an okay gun. So in the afterplant situation there, especially once they killed the Omen, you kind of just look over towards B main. If they don't have any Viper util there, I think you're so fine to just all go B main, and then one person can wrap behind. I think they misplayed the afterplant heavily. They played it like the Omen was still alive on the other team.
I just want to highlight something for a second.
Because this is their wall, they're not going to vision block themselves.
He's the leader of this guy, right? He's the guy that FUT brought in last year to lead a Turkish team. Well,
also, full sight, you should plant stairs when you're against no Omen.
A Turkish team into the limelight, right? Somewhere where they can.
And they're going with the Fischl. See, I think they'd be fine, especially if they had one person that lurked around towards middle.
Not only on the brain side of things.
Like I feel like these guys would be able to shoot it before it blows up.
Definitely is, but all for naught when you're not able to chain these rounds together again. Magnum's been so good at switching up his Cypher setups, just once they're broken and conditioned.
Okay, we go back over towards it. I mean, I guess they could pick up this smoke. To be fair, they could actually pick up this smoke and put it on the spike.
Used a lot of utility. Now there are a couple of snake bites.
Maybe there would be vision block.
But the Viper's pit will be
look at Tamazi, he's making a massive play and he goes down.
To try and stop it all from unfolding.
Speaking of, oh man, this one crumbled past. This one did not pay off well. If they win this, it's outrageous, by the way. They know that someone's flanking.
Into the Viper's pit. Magnum shoots upon them. It's perfect from KC. And is Yetterjay the only one to remain? The Wonder Child on the clutch with 2 against them.
I cannot believe they win this. Yeah, oh man, I think it's done after that.
The momentum here on the side of KC, you can see FUT, the frustration starting to mount here.
They should not be losing that round.
That success that they found in their matchup against Giant X, where the lurk plays, we haven't
you pause it right here.
The same kind of value coming
How is this guy allowed to walk out?
Mr. Fallen has had some of those opportunities, but those weren't the players that we were expecting to be watching. We were looking towards Yetterjay, looking towards Adakeptan to find that kind of value in their positioning as the Cypher, as the Viper. But the difference is,
you can see the stress on them.
We're running Nukie on that stage, so they didn't have that flank watch potential, and that changes everything for the way that they were looking to play. The success that they found there too.
It really does. It kind of changes the scope of things here, and to why FUT has been successful on this map before. But KC has got it all covered. One FUT review was all that they needed, at least on the defense, to have a solid start. Now there are some pieces of utility.
Look at FUT.
They have got some weapons. Yetterjay has nestled himself into this B site.
Yeah, and they've been doing this camera all the time. Oh my, nice shot.
Magnum's got it covered though, so scratch that.
I mean, he's
good.
still just trying to find
I know it's an eco. They're all trying to make hero plays.
So far back, and then got all their bases covered.
They do indeed, and you can see Tomaja respecting this movement here. He still picks up the kill. They're looking warm. They're looking heated up. FUT, they've had a really strong streak of rounds on binds, but it seems they're unable to find a footing at all on Sunset. CNED finds one before he drops, but cracks. He needs to do crack things. And now is not the moment he can do so. Defuse underway, and a potential 8th round to be put into the pocket of KCORP.
KCORP are just a step ahead of FUT every single time at this point. The reads, I mean, really strong, the way they're looking to position themselves to allow, sure, FUT to take that space. That false sense of security.
How many observers there after the replays? So there's one first person observer, 1 second that does like third person, right? So that's 2. And then you have a different guy that does the replays. So there's 3 people that are normally in charge of like the whole in-game viewing experience.
And then that gives just so much information as far
and
as
then the replay guy has both of those feeds and then all the other feeds in terms of everyone's POV.
But this is going to be a fast-paced round here.
Oh my. Oh my god, I can't believe he's alive. That was so sick.
Gets barraged by fire, a power of lead.
Martino was even tagged by the cam there.
And the push continues from FUT, though. They're not wanting to stop at all. Out of Captain pushing by, but it's Cracks to find the first shot. Nare trying to hold back the cavalry, and he's got Martin there to help out, but it's not for long as KC find
Ignore the HUD,
themselves
it's 1v3.
this advantage. Tomasi Auto himself, a 1v3.
He has Spike, though.
FUT, all they needed was to aggress, was to go fast, to go dirty. And Tomasi to do it alone, they know exactly where it is. And
oh yeah, that was nice from them. Okay, they double the rounds, but they need to do. They need to actually win 2 in a row.
After what has been an eternity.
I love that adaptation.
The MV stream died, bro. It's gonna be a UK internet issue.
Finding the value from those flanks as KCORP, the difference being they didn't really over-rotate. They're always constantly anchoring every option, and even if they're not present there, they'll have deep trips to try and counter it as well. So just going for a higher octane play is definitely the move. But do you repeat that?
That's the question. It does look that FUT are looking for something similar towards this B site, but this time going for a contact approach.
They do have the Nightfall to work with. However, trips switch.
This is like the first time we actually have the heaviest stack of people wanting to fight over towards the site. I like this change up from KCORP. They've been so fine to just like leave the site and let them run in. This is the first time we have 2 trips to get kills. Yeah, and we play someone on top as well. This is such a good switch up from them.
Mr. Falling gets a pick though. Where did that come
They just
from?
condition them into thinking they can literally just walk into B the whole time.
They do, but Casey, they did read into it. They set up purposefully, expecting that still fast-paced play. Now the thrash to come through.
It is interrupted. How much information does it get?
Atsa,
Mr. Falling playing it up close and
by the
personal,
looks of it, has some lineups.
Goes aggressive even further.
CNED,
one big potential for the second. Only one
big
stands,
1v2. Mollies are coming in, and then
lineup.
they know where he is though. He's gonna have to realize narrates dueling.
Poison Cloud as well, not allowing anyone to touch the spike. They've got to get the pick here. Tomasi knows of it, trying to find an angle and trying to see how much damage he can expense to lose. Maybe to get the defuse at half time. He's so low, and now the captain knows it.
Oh boy.
Comes across,
Oh boy. Oh man, they got the defuse as well. Nothing is going their way. Oh man, even like the we gotta sort out the pings. Surely. The basics are out the window. It's gotta be the I've pinged left side, and then you just spam everywhere to the right, or I've pinged right side.
Narrate found so much space in
he's just spamming right in the middle. Yeah, they're pinging in the middle. You should always be like to one side and then.
Bullets left, had to switch to the classic at the final moment. And it's all collapsing for FUT. It's these close moments, it's these close rounds that hurt you mentally. You've got to snap out of it. You've got to think next round.
Yeah, Tomasi smoked. So the way that they're playing over towards B is, I don't know if they actually had the smoke on this round, but majority of the time they have the smoke here, so you can just pick it up and throw it on the spike. But at least this one, he definitely picked up and put it on the spike.
Ways that FUT are looking to enter, and KC are respecting it.
I mean, they dodged the trips for now. Magnum not able to capitalize off of that.
Dude, their afterplant record is going to be
maintaining this market control
so bad at the end of this. The little scoreboard thing where it says like 1 out of 7 or whatever. It's probably the number it'll be saying.
Dizzy over the top.
Oh
And aggression off the
my
back
God,
of
where
it.
are
But it's
we?
FUT to come out on top, and it's a 4 versus 3. Seen it in the fight, but drops like a fly. And
Okay,
now
we finally get someone over towards market though. This is looking good for them.
KC trying to gather
Smoke goes in.
Spray onto the spike. Mr. Fallen is shown his ground, and so is Yedajay. And they might be saving the day unless Magnum can say anything about it. Yedajay will fall to the ground.
Right, 10.
It dug great.
10-2. That dude, that would look like a stressful half for FUT.
Such a superb lead. Double digits already.
It was a great idea. I mean,
they can,
captain, he maintains that market control.
It's like one of those really
I'm just
painful
here to
lessons.
buy time realistically into this
You have to
post-fight.
VOD review this at the
Everything
end.
goes awry, you've got Yedajay trying
And
to
I
wrap back
imagine they're
around
going to have like
super
5
late
weeks to
and
do so by the
unexpected
looks of
there, but
things.
GC, despite losing initially on those
It is a hard
those
site to
initial
retake.
games
Sorry,
on
to play
Fortnite,
off the plant.
when
Don't get
it
me wrong.
gets scrappy, they truly do
But I
shine.
think this plant is
Running straight
really
on in
letting them
double
down.
digits.
Like they're getting over towards site and they keep doing this plant and they should just go towards stairs. Like if they're gonna play, they can play over to B main all the time. They should always do the stairs plant because then at least it's half of the spamming distance. They're planning like down here, and it's just either side, right? It's less in terms of where you can actually spam.
But
Oh, it's more, I guess, in terms of where it can be spammed.
something they wouldn't like to be in.
Especially from the angles. It's just an angle thing.
KC looking to seize control over this B site. Demand it actually. They took
Must win pistol for them.
but no one has dropped so far.
Let's see how KCORP do on their after plant, and they have double luck, really.
Well. Nice little trip on the spike, but this fight towards market.
And there's only one player defending it from KC.
Martin is in a position where he just goes behind the wall. Are they going to check this? Yeah, they checked this, right?
In the corner, Paranoia
Too
in this
obvious.
direction. It's going to
Okay.
check the snake
Lovely
as well.
molly.
He's a dead man walking. Yedajay. Wolf sees the charge.
Yeah, like this. Makes
This
more
pass
sense.
Onto the spike already. Oh no! Are they going to stick it? They're not able to find the shots within it. Oh,
There we
this
go.
could
I
be
mean, even the
troubling.
pistol spam's
Finally, a bullet
working.
finds the back of the head as Yedajay, but it's already diffused halfway, and it's a 2 versus 2. Toxic screen not being able to see who is diffusing, and it's stuck with, which allows FUT to win another pistol.
Damn, yeah,
and the
close
Red Bull
though.
clutch.
Like real close. Yeah, that's what they needed to be doing, to be honest. Just over towards the stairs, so there's less positions for them to be in terms of the spams. At least we get to see it, but I hate people playing off. I hate people playing off site on pistols.
It's a little bit in the air. We'll have to see what ends up happening when those full weapons come out here for both sides. But a very nice start into the second half.
You know, some people do say that 10-2 is the new 9-3.
You said it, not me. We go to overtime. I know who to blame.
Is this a defense-sided map? Not
Already had to
normally,
deal
no.
with 2018.
It's like a little bit
Yeah,
attack-sided
we're
normally.
fast after this.
I don't mind at all as long as it's great Valorant, and so far we're treated to quite the series.
It's
Yedajay
pretty
will be
comp
the defender of the
dependent
site,
though.
But it's cracks to find first shot. Now, KC need to untangle themselves of the situation, and it's Martin that takes charge of
Dude,
that.
how many times have we seen Martin get a
Explosive.
double satchel shorty
Is there
kill?
enough space to get the spike
think that's
down?
the
Facial
third.
is definitely trying to buy
Doing it
it.
all the time,
Krax
Aloris.
reads Martin's reposition, and FUT remain alive with 3 to close out that round.
Nicely done there on the side of FUT. I think something that we also have to talk about heading into the third round of the second half is when you're looking at these two rosters, these two teams, even just the names themselves, Karmine Corps, they're turning a new leaf, right? 2023, rough year for them. The season did not look good, right? They had a full refresh into this roster.
Yeah,
and
this is their
they
chance
look
to pretty
brand
much end
spanking
this.
New. And this is also a roster that we're going to look to develop later into the year. Meanwhile, FUT, they've retained a very solid core and added 2 great players on top of that. Expectations much higher on their end.
100%. It's a completely different story from last year.
Like the change-up of
KC
the
so far, being able to shut them down so soon
smoke
in
over
kickoff.
towards B main to heavy hold this.
Not
It
what many
delays a
would have
lot.
expected. I think
And then
many
they're more
people
likely
had
to be
FUT in the top
rushing
3, top
and
4 of
not being
the
able to clear all of this
scene.
U2
Not
in
being
terms
able
of
to
the
make it
Cypher
out of
util.
groups in kickoff isn't exactly what people had in mind for this team. Instead, it's a new roster that seems to take charge, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. It's 6 rounds
Yeah,
of
that's
difference
Fischl
between
on
the
this.
two, and KC have got to attack.
Nade breaks the trip on the left.
A ton of defenders and a lot of utility to keep them at bay. Thrash
Doesn't hit
covering the back
anyone.
of this site. Do they know that
One
Yedajay
person
is
at
here?
the
I
choke
don't
point,
think
that
they
is
do.
it.
And there's also cracks on the sideline that can start spraying as soon as the spike goes down. Tamaji though picks off Yedajay, crucially enough, vacating the B site. KC clear it out themselves.
Maintaining this backside control here is so important for KC.
But how do you deal this from now?
Yeah, Mr. Fallon has double smoke, so he might like leak smoke out towards.
Magnum so close to the action. They know he's here though. TP on the other side.
That's kind of sick to be fair.
But somehow FUT brought things
Yeah,
within
one
it for
smoke over
Liquian.
towards main in terms of
Martin
that.
has to deal with it by himself. That's 2 kills. Martin dead, and
Has a
Cena
nade.
to clutch it. He's low. Paint shells.
Dude, he
towards
fake
Shin.
TP'd.
Touches the spike.
Damn. They needed that. They
really
really needed that. He's been pretty quiet.
For Zenit,
But that is a massive, massive round. Forces him down to
4K
eco
here
as well.
for CNED.
1v3.
Duelists that were looking
Even the
to
bait TP
light
didn't
up
fall for it.
within this Red Bull clutch. The man of the hour, the one that we've been looking towards for some sort of star-studded performance. This previous champion all the way back from 2021. So much weight on his shoulders, the excitement to come out of a play like that.
And that starts to beg the question in the minds of the KC players. Yes, it's 10-5, right? There's still a long way to go. But that's when the questions begin to arise. That's when you start to think, can they do the comeback? Are we throwing? Is this Lotus all over again? Are we destined for overtime? They start to get
What do they
worried.
get?
Start to get
5
anxious.
stingers still.
They can't let that
5
get
stingers
to them.
light armor.
KC working off with a very limited weaponry here, going very aggressively into mid. Cracks with the first blood though. We'll make sure that they're playing things off from pole. Yedeje will also assist in that attempt, and CNED doing CNED things, clearing up whoever he sees. And Magnum won't
Nicely
live
done as
at
well in
all.
terms of
It's
the
a
money.
flawless, and Andalusia flawless at that. That puts
What's
KC
up, Doma? Good to see you,
even
mate.
closer. Well, FUT even closer to KC score.
4 rounds. 4 rounds in a row. Starting off with the pistol after we swap sides here for FUT. Terrifying to look at CNED with that showstopper in hand as well. I feel like after
they want a
that
timeout?
play 2 rounds ago, that's when you start
They
to
got
see
2
them
timeouts.
really
This is another
heating
buy
up
round where they would
into
go
a
down to
match,
eco.
really starting
Coach is fine to
grind
just
the
let
gears
the
of the
team do
enemy
their
team.
thing.
Martin, though, 1 away from the showstopper, so could equalize in ultimates in that kind of regard at the very least into this round. Look at this stack. FUT full 4, basically leaning over towards this B side. A great read from them.
An interesting one-way,
Leaning in this
sorry,
direction.
interesting
Still looking to
retake
pressure
wall over
mid
towards
at the
A.
very least. Break that door open.
Yeah, you've got to break out various variations here for KC.
And you can get full power onto
You've got
the
to figure out where the
smoke though
weaknesses are.
first, unless they retake A. So
And
it
then
does
also
make
just put that
sense.
pressure so FUT can't focus all of that energy towards that
Yeah, we
main
might get
choke.
to see it on
And
this
time
as
we're
well.
seeing a pivot towards the
Baydai
same
goes
side.
in towards
Finally
B, clears
seeing
all of
some
the B
in this
pressure.
direction. But there's only one player hiding out, it's Yedeje. And so far he's
With
been on
all of
retake
this
too.
info,
They are
what do they
happy to play
do?
that
Do they
retake.
go
They
take
have
middle,
that
or do they
showstopper
rotate
to work
spawn?
with. Again, but it is going to be a question of, okay, Martin
Exec comes in, as we can see, no one's here. They got double trip to see if they push any deeper. So they're going to get full info on that. We still need to look at the lurker over towards middle in terms of Magnum.
Showstop available for Martin as well, which is a scary prospect to look against. And it might
And
be
they're going to break
aggressing
this
off the
trip and
back
go
of it.
close.
But it's Cena the first one to use it. Oh no, it's Martin actually.
Guy is tanking
Has to back
util.
out as he is clouded off. And the showstopper is no longer there for them, so CNED wants to use it right back at them.
And
That's
they
Crash
just
with the
gave
first
up
shot
on
to
the
Margie.
flank, by the way.
Eats it in the face.
Yeah.
Martin is absolutely insane. And KC look to seize control right back up. At the back of the smoke, Neural Theft doing its job.
He's just sticking it at
KTP
Captain.
on top. And the defuse is no longer happening at a Captain as 1 HP though. He needs to find 2 clean kills,
Oof.
and it's so difficult to
Okay,
find
nicely
them
done.
with so many
Magnum
angles
had like
being
the
taken up
best
by the
timing over
KC
towards
players.
middle.
Back on winning ways, stopping the streak of FUT. And this is turning out to be quite the final game of this series.
What a hold, what a crossfire into that post plant. The pick that Martin gets off of CNED, everything there. Just
Oh,
denying
bro.
any value coming out from that showstopper, any space that they would have normally been able to find.
That is
as far as
all
players
him.
Backing off, but sticking to his guns. A timeout now to be called by KCORP. This is not surprising to me. Sure, they cut the momentum on the side of FUT. It does give an opportunity to FUT to also have a conversation too. But for KC, it's all about talking about how do we close this out in the next 2 rounds.
Yeah, props to the scouting of KCORP. Finding out Martin, quite the pickup. right?
Chin is
Never
on
really
another
leading to
level this
ascension,
year.
but
What do you
closing
think, bro? You
contestant with
can't
desire
judge him
in
for last
GMT
year,
over
man.
the Italian challenger.
He gets a free pass for
They were
last year.
topping the charts apparently there, and now here on the VCT EMEA stage on the big one. definitely causing a lot of trouble for FUT. And this timeout only just solidifies that they need to keep things going in the right direction.
Don't want to be judging him from
What do we have to work
what we
with
saw
here?
there.
I mean,
He was
taking a
still
look
good. Yeah,
just
he did fine.
over on the side of FUT, there is that Nightfall here for Cracks. And then you got Neural Theft for Magnum.
How many coaches
So
are allowed
likely
in the room?
another
2.
retake protocol situation, most likely. Might even see FUT
Been a
try
lot
to
of
use
upsets
it
this season. Yeah,
proactively,
it's
be a
well,
bit more aggressive.
it's
just
like
to full stop
maybe
any
they're not
push
even
that
upsets. It's just the
KC
fact that
do
we
look
don't
for.
we know like so little about
So I
teams
do
to be
wonder,
honest,
do KC
and how they're
take
practicing.
this opportunity
But yeah,
to
it was like a perfect
shift
world of just new
tempo
teams,
into this
new
next round after a
new
timeout.
lineups,
That's exactly what
and
we'll be
a
looking at
massive
for now.
meta change.
Early garage approach. Dark cover in mid, alluding
Some
to the
teams
idea
are kind
that
of
they are pushing
adapting
up
better
in
on
that
some
direction.
maps,
Orb collected,
and others on
Thrasher now
others, and
in
just
charge
having
for Nare.
different takes. To be honest, it's been so sick.
It's been really important.
Like the
on
amount
side
of different
Common Core,
comps we
like
have on
Ultimate.
different maps, even Ascent. To be honest,
Not Magnum, just poking and prodding over towards this B site, seeing what information he can find, if he can manage some sort of timing.
And it's a
Market
Thrasher to
control.
be used to clear out a lot of this market control off of
Early.
the back of their horns. To be thrown in the direction of B. Nightfall, actually.
3 people
Magnum
fighting.
is in trouble. He's the only player here, but
Water
he's not being
blocked them
closed up
off.
against. Instead, it's KC
Yeah.
to aggress, and Yedije out into the open to
Martin
be punished.
did
KC
incredibly
instantly
well.
are with a 2-player advantage, and Magnum keeps on giving. Mr. Fallen and Zenith have so much to do here. They've gotten some information, but honestly, with the Viper's Pit, there's nothing they can do. And they themselves have been telegraphed, and there's not many chances that they will get Thrasher heading for them, searching for them. Zenith avoids it. But what KC do is hold back for now, play the numbers game, hand in hand on this one. But this is where Mr. Fallen can come out on top. Magnum not covering this corner anymore. It could be deadly. 2 kills for Mr.
Nice
Fallen,
done.
but he drops.
Nicely
and so
done.
does Zenith. So
This is a
KC
lot of rounds
get
to
themselves
potentially
on
close
map
this up.
and series points.
Such a great look coming out from KC. FUT, they had the idea. You had that Nightfall coming through, just trying to buy time for the rotation from the rest of the team. Expecting, I think, a bit more presence, not just Magnum alone towards B main. Little did they know it was 4 players coming in from market with a full flood, unaffected by that Fade ultimate. You can see KC are so hyped. They know how close they are to making it to play-ins.
All right, 6 chances to close this one out, and this is probably one of their better chances in terms of just gun
He's not
diff.
as happy as we've seen him. He's like, there's a bit of concern in that, right? He knows that it's FUT they're playing up against, even though they've got quite the lead. Maintain your composure for now. You're not in play-ins yet.
Yep. There. You got Yedije on a share.
You've got
I feel like that's more dangerous sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it can be, can't it? Snake bite to their feet though. Martin aggresses forward. He doesn't care. Dizzy thrown out, vacating FUT, actually sticking by. They don't want to fight this, but it might be to their own demise. Yedije, he snicked past them. Can he do much here? Out of Captain finding one, dropping back, but it's
He
Yedije.
did
that
great,
finds
lovely
the Sheriff.
cage.
That's incredible. Foresight, Martin on the
Why do we
case.
not have any extra
Gets
trades
to
on
put the
that?
spike down, so the pressure's on FUT to push,
Okay,
but
nicely
Nare
done. We'll
cannot
count
do
this
it
one down.
off the back of Yetije's supremacy.
5 chances.
FUT stay in contention.
Hey, I called it out. What can you say? You cannot deny just the individual talent coming out from Yedije. Close to even getting a 3rd there on Martin at that, whittling him down to 22 health. Still, match point for Carmine Core, but they have had the momentum, though, into this second half. 5 rounds for them. And with how close these rounds have been, how tough this side of the map has been for Carmine Core, their money situation
Yeah,
looking
this is a
dire,
lovely
and they
timeout.
immediately use
Yeah.
now their 2nd timeout.
Yeah, last timeout expended here from Carmine Core. It's
They don't have to.
It's,
I mean, they can
Engen's
literally
Age
just
time.
with 5
I
rounds
mean,
they
you
can
don't want
split
it
so
any close-
safe.
Like, I
Like
respect
they
them
can
using
literally
the
just get as
timeout
many
here,
ults as
to
they
be
can and
honest.
just
You
wait
wanna
until they get
get
a,
that
either a
done. You don't
1-man
wanna wait
advantage
until
or
for, like,
whether they just
10,
get
12,
like all 5
and then
ults or
use it
4
at that
ults to
point, try to
combo
get
well.
ahead of it.
It's laying out the game plan and sub-plans if things don't work out. I don't know, maybe. But for now, it's catch-up. For now, they need to figure this all out.
KCORP
At
most
the same
improved from
time,
last
though,
year.
having been your timeout
Probably
doesn't stop the
Gen
other
G,
team
really,
from
considering
speaking
Gen
with
G
their coach.
or Heretics.
And that's exactly what FUT is doing. It's not
Still
impossible,
pretty
right?
early
We've
for this
seen
team as well.
a shriek
Let's
of
see how
rounds before.
play-ins go. They get to play-ins.
KC, all they need to do is the grab one more. One more. FUT, in that moment, would be out of kickoff. And KCORP with another chance to redeem themselves from the previous year and make sure
Use the
that
the
the
alpha
blue
of
jerseys
Turkey.
can shine
God's sake.
in VCT EMEA.
I mean, it's getting tense. It's getting tough. You do have a hero rifle coming in here for Martin. Eyes on him to try and make a difference into this round. One away from the showstopper makes sense to throw that over to his side. The best chance to even find something into a half buy.
Wait, do they have a lineup to do it one way over towards here, or is this just a normal smoke?
For FUT over towards market. Continuously running this more retake style setup here on that B side, or A side, sorry.
Little by little.
Although they have the low buy, I'm a little bit nervous on this one. Martin one away from his ult.
KC.
As we can see, we have no one on the site itself. We're just trying to get a kill off the kill
Over and
trip.
over again, it's been their
They have
bread
this
and butter
retake wall. But I swear, last time they had this
FUT.
retake wall, did they not go
No
heavy?
one to defend this A site
Pretty
other than
sure.
Yadage, their
So
protege.
yeah, we'll actually see, because it should be like, if they have this retake wall, they should be heavy this way, like 4-1, basically.
He's forced out. KC looking
On
to
the
move in,
retake, so.
and they've been given the space. Not only that, but they've been
Nice
given
trade
a
in the
kill.
end.
But
Martin
with
still has
Yadage's
his ult.
response, he's got an upgrade.
And they need to be careful, though. It's not like,
Okay, now into the
I
post
imagine.
corner. What do you
Oh,
have
okay.
to do here?
Just pop it.
Showstopper out.
And that's exactly where Mr.
Well,
Falling drops. So KC
respect.
working upwards. FUT need to bring them back, but how can they? Magnum notified. CNED closes up the gap and
This could be a
crushes them.
big win.
2 kills to CNED, and he's looking to close them all. It's Yadage alone looking to
5
deal
HP.
with 2 of KC players. Spike at his hands, and all he's got to do is stick it. Diffuse halfway, but wants to take it all the way to Martin
Nice and
Smith,
patient from them.
KC
Okay.
seal the
Got
deal.
Vitality, we have
A gruesome
KCORP.
series, a long one,
Who else
but they
joins?
maintain their composure and end off this match to continue their run in kickoff.